Did you know that some of the most notorious serial killers throughout history have had one thing in common? They possessed an uncanny ability to blend into society, hiding their true, dark intentions behind a mask of normalcy. Today, we delve into the twisted psyche of one such individual, Ed Kemper, infamously known as the Co-Ed Killer. Brace yourself as we take you on a chilling journey inside the mind of a monster, uncovering the dark corners of Kemper's psyche and the horrifying crimes he committed. Get ready to be captivated, shocked, and disturbed as we explore the enigma that is Ed Kemper. Welcome to the Media Geek, the arena with engaging and informative weekly videos. Before moving on, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to extend your support. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Edmund Emil Kemper III was born on December 18, 1948, in Burbank, California. His life story is a harrowing journey through a troubled upbringing, escalating into a reign of terror that gripped California in the 1970s. Let's look into the early life of Ed Kemper, his descent into darkness, and the psychological factors that shaped him into the infamous Co-Ed Killer. To understand the genesis of Ed Kemper's twisted path, we must start with his troubled childhood. Raised by his domineering mother, Clarnell, Kemper's relationship with her was tumultuous, marked by emotional abuse and humiliation. His parents' divorce and his mother's constant belittling created a breeding ground for resentment, laying the foundation for the horrifying events that unfolded later in his life. Kemper's traumatic relationship with his mother played a pivotal role in shaping his psyche, planting the seeds for the darkness that would later consume him. During his early education, Kemper displayed signs of above-average intelligence. However, he struggled with social interactions, leading to isolation and feelings of inadequacy. This intellectual prowess, coupled with social difficulties, became integral to understanding the complex layers of his personality. As a teenager, Kemper's ominous signs began to surface. At the age of 15, he committed a shocking act, murdering his grandparents. His chilling explanation: he wanted to see what it felt like to kill someone. Sent to Atascadero State Hospital, a mental institution, Kemper managed to convince the staff of his rehabilitation and readiness to re-enter society. Despite red flags, Kemper was released at 21, only to resume his violent tendencies. Over the next few years, he committed a series of horrifying acts, including the murder of several hitchhikers. Kemper's articulate nature and ability to manipulate situations became apparent during his time at Atascadero. His charm and persuasive skills allowed him to convince the staff of his rehabilitation, foreshadowing his later interactions with law enforcement. The peak of Kemper's brutality unfolded between 1972 and 1973 when he targeted young female hitchhikers. Between May 1972 and April 1973, Kemper killed 8 people. He would pick up female students who were hitchhiking and take them to isolated areas where he would shoot, stab, smother, or strangle them. His modus operandi involved picking up unsuspecting victims, taking them to remote locations, and brutally ending their lives. The grim details of Kemper's crimes are both shocking and disturbing. His victims, often students from nearby universities, fell prey to his charm before meeting tragic ends. As the body count rose, law enforcement agencies struggled to catch the elusive killer. Kemper's choice of victims was not arbitrary. He deliberately targeted young, intelligent women, possibly reflecting his deep-seated issues with women and a desire for control. This aspect adds a chilling layer to the already disturbing nature of his crimes. In 1973, Kemper's reign of terror came to an end when he turned himself in to the police. What followed was a chilling confession that laid bare the extent of his crimes and the dark motivations that drove him. During his confession, Kemper displayed an eerie calmness as he described the intimate details of his murders. The sheer brutality and lack of remorse sent shockwaves through the nation, solidifying his place as one of the most notorious serial killers in American history. Kemper's decision to voluntarily surrender is a perplexing aspect of the case. Some argue that it was a calculated move to gain control over the narrative, while others believe it was a manifestation of his desire for punishment and acknowledgement of his crimes. Kemper's trial was a spectacle that captivated the public, with many struggling to comprehend the depths of his depravity. Found guilty of 8 counts of first-degree murder, Kemper was sentenced to life in prison. His trial cost the state over $300,000, a staggering figure that reflects the extensive legal proceedings and emotional toll on the victims' families. While serving his life sentence, Kemper continued to captivate the public with interviews that offered insight into the mind of a serial killer. Psychologists and criminologists sought to understand the factors that led to his monstrous behavior, shedding light on the complexities of criminal psychology. The trial saw intense legal battles, with Kemper's defense team employing various strategies, including exploring his troubled upbringing and mental health issues. The legal proceedings provided a platform for experts to dissect the intricacies of Kemper's psyche. To comprehend the mind of Ed Kemper, we must explore the psychological factors that contributed to his transformation into a cold-blooded killer. From his troubled childhood to his unsettling relationships, Kemper's story provides a chilling case study into the makings of a serial murderer. Psychological factors such as the infamous triad of bedwetting, cruelty to animals, and arson often appear in the background of serial killers. Kemper's case is no exception, as these warning signs manifested in his early life, offering glimpses into the darkness that lay ahead. Examining Kemper's relationships, particularly his turbulent interactions with women, unveils a pattern of dominance and control. His inability to form healthy connections further illustrates the complex interplay of psychological factors that contributed to his violent tendencies. As we reflect on the legacy of Ed Kemper, it's essential to acknowledge the impact his crimes had on true crime culture and criminal profiling. The co-ed killer case influenced the development of criminal profiling techniques in forensic psychology, contributing to a better understanding of serial killers and their motivations. While Kemper remains incarcerated, his story continues to fascinate and horrify. The chilling details of his crimes serve as a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk within seemingly ordinary individuals. The media's coverage of Kemper's case played a pivotal role in shaping public perception. The sensationalism surrounding the co-ed killer fueled a true crime phenomenon, sparking debates about responsible reporting and the ethical considerations of covering heinous crimes. As with many infamous criminals, Kemper's case has sparked debates and controversies within the true crime community. Some argue that his articulate nature and cooperation with authorities mask a deeper, more manipulative motive, while others believe he genuinely seeks redemption. The complexity of his case raises questions about rehabilitation and the true nature of evil. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments. Kemper's case became a cultural touchstone, influencing literature, film, and television. The depiction of his crimes in various media forms has led to ongoing discussions about the responsibility of creators in portraying real-life atrocities and the potential impact on public perception. The horrors of Ed Kemper's crimes extended beyond his immediate victims. The media coverage and public fascination with his case sparked concerns about the potential for copycat crimes. Additionally, his notoriety reached international audiences, influencing discussions on criminal behavior and the efficacy of criminal justice systems worldwide. The ripple effect of Kemper's actions transcended geographical boundaries, prompting a reassessment of how society deals with high-profile criminal cases and the potential influence on criminal behavior. Several instances of copycat crimes were reported in the aftermath of Kemper's case. The phenomenon highlighted the delicate balance between reporting true crime stories for public awareness and the potential risks of inspiring individuals with malicious intentions. As we peer into Kemper's life behind bars, we discover a man who has, in a strange twist, become an unlikely asset to law enforcement. His cooperation and insights into the criminal mind have been utilized in the development of criminal profiling techniques, offering a unique perspective from the mind of a serial killer. Kemper's peculiar role within the prison system raises ethical questions about the use of convicted criminals in assisting law enforcement. It's a controversial aspect of his legacy that continues to stir debate among legal experts and psychologists. Exploring Kemper's relationships within the prison environment adds a layer of complexity. His interactions with fellow inmates, staff, and the impact of his notoriety within the penal system contribute to the ongoing study of criminal behavior in confined spaces. Thank you for joining us on this extensive journey through the twisted mind of Ed Kemper, the co-ed killer. If you found this video intriguing, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow true crime enthusiasts, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations. Before we wrap up, consider this: Kemper's trial cost the state over $300,000, a chilling reminder of the far-reaching consequences of his actions. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and never stop seeking the truth.